Despite his being the son of 9-time All-Star Gary Payton Sr., Payton II has been underestimated for all of his career. Just like his father, Payton has always been a good defender. In 2021, he was named the G League Defensive Player of the Year and has since earned the nickname Young Glove in honor of his father, the Glove. His skill on the defensive end was never quite enough for teams who saw Payton struggle offensively, though. This season, however, the Golden State Warriors finally decided to look past that, and Payton took the chance that was offered to him. Today's video will be about if the Golden State Warriors re-signed Gary Payton II. Payton had a breakout session on both ends of the floor. The Warriors first signed him to a 10-day contract in April 2021. This contract expired after a road loss in Boston. Payton said his goodbyes to the other Warriors right there on the court, but as Draymond Green revealed on his podcast, after winning the 2022 championship, not everyone was satisfied with watching Payton leave. Several of the team's veterans pushed to keep Payton with Golden State. As a result, Payton was signed to another 10-day contract and then to a standard contract, which did not last long. His wish of having a spot on the team finally came true, though, when he was offered the spot of the 15th man with a one-year, $1.93 million contract not long after being waived. Payton proved his value during the regular season and became such a crucial part of the rotation that people declared the Warriors doomed after his injury in the playoffs. Before we go any further, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Let's keep rolling. The reason why Gary Payton II became such an integral part of the machine that is the Golden State Warriors was that the offensive struggles that made so many teams doubt him were no big issue for Golden State. They have so much offensive firepower already that they can allow someone like Payton to focus on defense and pull his weight on that end of the floor. Originally, Payton was only supposed to have a small role and not see much playing time, but once he discovered his spot in the Warriors' offense, he became almost irreplaceable. Payton proved to be a good cutter and knows how to use the space Stephen Curry creates on the court with his gravitational pull on the defense. Besides that, Klay Thompson's return and Jordan Poole's explosion as a three-point menace made some much-needed room for a non-shooter in the Warriors' offense. In Game 5 of the Finals against Boston, Payton scored 15 points off the bench, rivaling Curry's 16 points. The guard finally was able to show his defensive aptitude, which seemed to be passed down from his father. He is a lockdown defender and is elite against larger guards and forwards, often being matched up on forward Jason Tatum. In the finals, Payton II had a 45% defensive field goal percentage, which was better than the likes of Klay Thompson or Al Horford. He's a stud defensively, and what couples well with that is his efficiency offensively. This season, he shot 62% from the field and 36% from deep. He averaged just 7.1 points per game, which isn't going to blow anyone away. But given his two-way threat, coupled with his efficiency, Payton II is a player most teams should crave. While he may stay loyal to Golden State in free agency, it would be shocking if he doesn't see a better offer cross his plate. You can't just ask most players to get steals, which are usually the product of some mistake, an obvious cross-court pass, a bobbled dribble. Payton honed that ability through the years. He learned to poke the ball away from behind dribblers right as they turn off picks, to swipe at a bouncing ball when it's closest to the floor, aka farthest from the protective shell of the dribbler's hand. He realized that aiming his trajectory toward the receiver on interception attempts would give him more time to go for the ball when it's in the air. And this part is key. When he does get his hands on the ball, Payton possesses the uncanny ability to deflect it in the direction he wants it to go. This subtle manipulation of the details has a large effect, like Bill Russell blocking shots to himself in place of the drama of slapping them out of bounds. Payton aims the ball in midcourt and chases it for easy dunks. Payton, both engine and fuel, helped the Warriors generate 17.6% of their points from turnovers when he was on the floor, the second highest on the team behind Iguodala. While the Warriors' original championship core of Curry, Thompson, Green, and Andre Iguodala is getting old and injury-ridden, the promising rookies are still too inexperienced to compete at such a high level. This leaves a void between the old generation and the new, and Payton turned out to be the perfect fit to fill it. On his podcast, Green praised Payton for that and made sure to tell him that he rightfully earned his spot on the team. As time goes on, we might even see Payton grow into the role Iguodala used to play for the Warriors during his prime as their sturdy, supporting backbone. Payton's regular season stats are not particularly impressive, but he played a great supporting role, especially in the finals against Boston. He put up decent scoring numbers, but his biggest asset was the way he scared the Boston offense. Payton was glued to whichever Boston guard he was defending and recorded 3 steals in each of the last 2 finals games. With his outstanding finals performance, everything seems to have come full circle for Payton. After an emotional roller coaster, he won a championship in the same place where his journey as a player was originally supposed to end. Gary Payton II had a difficult journey, but finally earned his place in the league with his unselfishness, determination, and relentlessness. Once given his shot, he did not even allow a broken elbow to take away his chance to prove himself to the basketball world. He never stopped practicing while his arm was healing and missed only 10 games, proving his dedication to the game. After making it all the way to the top in his first real NBA season, Gary Payton II will be an unrestricted free agent. He has already voiced his desire to stay with Golden State, where he found his home in the NBA. It would surely be wise for the organization to keep him there and develop his amazing success story further. After this season, his value will finally be recognized and appreciated though, and several teams will show interest in his abilities. For now, all fans can do is admire the young glove's love for basketball and see how his hard-earned career will unfold. The Golden State Warriors are facing a number of difficult decisions in free agency this coming offseason, but the player who grabbed the 15th and final roster spot last year could end up being one of the top priorities. The Warriors have 7 players headed to unrestricted free agency, including 3 who played critical parts in the playoff and NBA Finals rotation: Otto Porter Jr., Kevon Looney, and Gary Payton II. They also have a budding young star in Jordan Poole expected to get a big extension, and a first-time All-Star in Andrew Wiggins, who could get his own max deal at this time next year. Payton is set to hit free agency later this month, and when asked on Saturday whether he would like to stay put with the Warriors, he kept it simple with a one-word answer: "Absolutely," Payton said. Payton further added that he aspires to put pen to paper on a multi-year deal. Myers noted after the Warriors' NBA Finals win against the Boston Celtics that he does not anticipate a lot of changes with the roster, although he may face a challenge in keeping Payton. The versatile guard holds early bird rights, as the Warriors will be able to sign him to a contract worth up to 105% of the league's average salary in the 2021 to 2022 season, which could then see him be in line for a deal worth around $10 million per year. Stephen Curry has noted to Myers before that he does not want Payton to go nowhere and have him guarding me in games. Myers will have to open up the checkbooks in order to prevent the guard from taking his talents elsewhere. And what do you guys think? Will the Warriors re-sign Payton? Where do you see him ending up? Let me know your opinion in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.